Cultural competency means to be aware of cultures that are different than we are, a culture different than my own. And for example, I always talk about who I am and what's the culture that I come from. I am a white middle-aged woman who lives in the Midwest, who is also an immigrant to the United States. So all those things have shaped my culture and who I am. For me to be culturally competent, I need to be aware and have an understanding of people with a different background, who are from a different culture. And it also means to have the skills to work effectively with those people from different backgrounds. People hear the word bias and immediately think negative. Oh my God, you can't be a biased journalist. What I mean by biases is that our life experiences, the way we are raised, where we were raised, what our family was like, all those things shape us. And they create biases in our heads, and they create some stereotypes in our heads. We have to be aware that this is a stereotype. This is a generalization of a group, a race, a culture. We want to stop and think, who is this person really? And not just fit them into that stereotype.
This is not just something that lives in one race or another race, and it's not just related to race, but also across gender and other dynamics. But it's the cues that live inside of us that make us sort of instantly afraid of somebody because of how they look, or instantly give someone the benefit of the doubt or not the benefit of the doubt because of how they look. And when those things are overlaid with power dynamics that already exist in our community, when they're overlaid with newsrooms that may not be diverse or may not be representative of many different ideas, they have real-world impact on what goes on the air. And then as a result, real-world impact on how people are educated and informed, and then real-world impact on how decisions are being made.
So we need to have those skills to work with these diverse communities effectively, and to be able to understand their point of view, their perspective, which is shaped by the culture that they come from, their race, their gender, their ethnicity, how they were raised. All those things shape who we are, and we need to be able to understand and put ourselves in the shoes of that person when we're talking about covering a story. It does not mean agreeing with everybody's point of view. It just means being able to see their point of view.
Having to deal with, issues of race makes us uncomfortable as a society, and it's oftentimes why we don't deal with it. But at the end of the day, the news deals with uncomfortable issues every single day. People get in news to tell stories that are sometimes uncomfortable, to illuminate us around issues that we sometimes want to turn our head away from, and to help us better understand the world around us. And so what better place than the news? What better people than folks who went to school with a passion to study journalism and to tell us stories, than to help us deal with these uncomfortable stories? To look inside of ourselves, to look inside of the people around us, to look inside of our community, and to tell us the stories that we need to know to make us better citizens and better people.